Hello! I've been wanting to make this video for the last 2 weeks now, but I caught a cheeky little cold that led to a cheeky little chest infection. I couldn't breathe. But finally, after so many years of wanting to be a part of LPSTube, and one very failed attempt like 11 years ago, I'm here doing my first video for my LPS channel. This tag was created by LuridLps. His content is great, so if you haven't already, go check out his channel. This tag was suggested to me to do as a first video by Sapphic LPS, so thank you again, lovely, for the suggestion. Go check her content out, especially if you're a vampire girly like myself. I really recommend watching her series. Now, before we proceed, I hope you guys like this little set that I quickly put together for this video. This might just be the first ever LPS video to include a poster of synthwave/electronic rock legend Gary Newman. I am used to making YouTube videos with my face in them, which can be mentally exhausting sometimes, especially when I'm editing and I just have to look at myself for hours and I overthink a lot. I also tend to screw up a little bit more when I'm actually on camera, so it takes a lot of the pressure off when I'm filming a video in the form of a little LPS cat. I wanted to do something that might help people get to know me a little bit better, and this tag has some really good questions for a sort of introductory video. Also, some of my answers might be a little bit long and I might even steer off track sometimes because that's how I roll, baby. Some questions more apply to long-time creators, but I will try to apply them to my situation of being new and answer as well as I can. It will be fun nonetheless. Please don't click away. I can see you hovering over that little back button. Please bear with me. But with all that being said, I'm LPS Gloom and welcome to my channel. Question 1. How long have you been in the community? So I have silently been in the LPS community since mid to late 2010. Before then, I would get LPS very occasionally as gifts, but it wasn't until I discovered LPSTube in 2010 that I started seriously collecting LPS. I did try to make my LPSTube debut in early 2014, and I did make a few videos, but they have since been deleted because they were fucking terrible. But I started high school in 2014 as well, so not only was pressure at school getting a little bit more intense, but I was also finding other interests as well, especially in music and alternative subcultures. And you know, those lame high school relationships that take up a lot of your spare time. So me wanting to be a part of the community just didn't happen for a long time. To put it simply, in my teens, I was finding myself, but I still collected LPS on and off. My love for LPS and for making LPS videos, especially just making videos in general, never went away. It just took me a very long time to be ready and to actually make stuff to post. But October last year, I finally made an Instagram and TikTok for my LPS collecting and content, and I started writing scripts for a series and actually engaging with the community. So yeah, I haven't been active in the community for long, but I have been here for a very long time. But just in the corner, not really saying anything, just simply observing. Question 2, do you make family-friendly content or content for teens? Well, I haven't really made much content yet other than stuff on Instagram and TikTok, so I don't really have enough content under my belt to deem it for teens or family-friendly, but I know for sure that my content is not going to be family friendly, whether that be for story driven content, hauls, or even vlogs. It will be catered to a more teen/adult audience. Here's the thing, I swear a little, and by a little, I mean I'm Australian, so that means quite a bit. I have lived an often confronting life, especially in my most formative years, and for stories that does tend to bleed into the stuff that I write. If there's anything confronting in anything I make, I will always provide a warning, and I will alter the warning based off what the specific video contains if the content is a little beyond just a simple warning. So yeah, my content is going to be more catered to teens and young adults, but mostly just anyone that grew up with LPSTube. Question 3. Do you consume family-friendly content for teens, or both? I guess I watch both, but if I'm watching family-friendly, it's not like kids stuff, it's more vlogs and hauls that are catered for everyone and very tame in its themes. But I would say I watch mostly stuff catered to teens and young adults. Question 4. Quick, honest opinion on each generation of Littlest Pet Shop. Fair warning, these may not be quick opinions once we get to the more questionable generations. Generation 1. I had some of these when I was really little. I got them from like a morning market or something, and they were cute. I don't really see them as LPS, but they are fine. I don't really have any strong thoughts or opinions on them. Generation 2. the fucking GOAT. I love G2. You'll find your more realistic pets here with more realistic color stories, at least at first. Pets in later G2 did start to get a little bit more colorful, but not too much. My favorite LPS might be the later Generation 2, to be honest. I think they're stunning. Generation 3. Some of the most beautiful pets come from this gen. Holy shit, I love Generation 3. They brought in a lot more color, but all the color stories still made sense and looked great. It was such a fun time for LPS, and definitely the peak of LPS, I think. I remember some people on YouTube back in the day actually not liking a lot of G3 in the directions Hasbro were taking the toys in. The ones that came with the dolls, fluffy pets, fairies, walkables, you name it. Not only were those people just dead wrong, but they had no idea what was to come. Generation 4. If you weren't there for it, I'm going to assign you some homework. Research the war on Hasbro to bring back the old LPS. This was a big fucking deal in this community, and rightfully so. We all called them on the house phone, begging them to revert back to the old LPS. Like I said before, I was a very silent person in this community back then, but even I called them. I may have hung up as soon as I heard a voice, but I tried. Honestly, I am genuinely curious what that time was like for anyone that worked in customer service for Hasbro. But it did seem to work for a very brief period of time, as they did release some of the older molds again, and they were nice. But looking back, that was just the last hurrah, the nail in the coffin, because they continued releasing these things. How did these even get made? Like, all toys and products have testers, right? How did anybody give this the thumbs up of approval? They were just really bad. They were really ugly. I'm sorry to anyone that actually likes them. I really don't. Even my little sisters, who were very, very young at the time, were not fooled and wanted to play with my LPS instead. LPS had simply become merchandise for a show rather than a good quality collectible toy line. Because if Barbie and Bratz could do it, and the new, at the time, extremely successful Monster High could do it, then so could Littlest Pet Shop, right? The difference is, at the time, those toy lines would still be great without the movies and shows. Those were just a bonus. Hasbro nuked a perfect line of toys because these just weren't LPS anymore. The style was completely different. The bubble was gone. It was just one of the worst toy reboots ever. So here's your crown, Hasbro, for ruining my life at age 12. I'm kidding, but seriously, what were they thinking? Generation 5. Can I just say, when looking up gens 4 to 6, Google Images just has no idea what I want. This could definitely confuse newcomers who don't know much about the later gens. Generation 5 was a little bit past my time, and I wasn't really focusing on LPS at the time. I don't have much to say. I don't really like these either, but I do like this wolf, and the bubble did come back. Generation 6. This one also had a show, I think. I never watched it. Unpopular opinion, but I actually like quite a few pets from Gen 6. It wasn't exactly what people wanted, but it was a step in the right direction, I think. Some of the lines and themes in this gen were a bit lame, but I like many of the pets, especially this red panda. I will defend the fuck out of this red panda. I love him so much, oh my god. But I do understand why people aren't into them, but I don't think they should be grouped in with the Gen 4 tragedy. Generation 7, a return to form. Or was it? The quality of these pets is undoubtedly not great and very inconsistent in terms of the paint and the plastic. But as for the pets' designs, there are many G7 pets that I love, but there are also many that I don't love, like at all. I've been seeing some of the ones that are about to be released, and it has me feeling a little bit frightened for the future of LPS. I've seen people try to defend it by saying, well, they are for kids. Well, so are these. I understand that what kids like now is different to what people my age liked as kids, but it's kind of soulless. These are just so bright and loud and in your face, which seems to be the norm for toys these days. And honestly, I think kids media as a whole these days treats kids like they are nothing but a consumer and easy, which is so wrong, but obviously not a new tactic when it comes to selling stuff. But at least the older toys and content didn't feel so lazy. And look, I understand kids are hyper, that is normal, but it's important that they are taught on how to cool down and chill out. Quiet time is important for a child. It is not healthy for a child to be go, go, go all the time, but the in-your-face, loud and hyper, no settling down content and toys takes up a lot of what is available to kids these days. And I guess I just think it's very unhealthy for a child's development. That's a whole other conversation, but it just seems that Basic Fun only wants to cater to kids now, which is okay, they are toys, but that doesn't mean they need to look like shit. Kids deserve good toys and things that will inspire their imagination. For the most part, I don't think kids want this. Collectors definitely don't want this. Go back to the drawing board, basic fun. This just isn't it. At least I don't think it is. There may be some people that like them, but I really am not liking a lot of the releases lately. And don't even get me started on the use of generative AI, because fuck human emotion and passion in art, I guess. I just have a very love-hate relationship with Generation 7, but overall they are okay. A lot of the ones I actually want from this generation aren't even available here in Australia. The LPS drops here have fucking sucked. Like the club set, the bath set, the couch set aren't available here and can only be purchased through Amazon. And prices are ridiculous there. Major retailers here are super inconsistent with LPS. I was lucky to find these two, but only one shop had them. Anyways, there's all my opinions on gens. I am so sorry for yapping so much. I am kind of sick of hearing my own voice. Question 5. What was your favorite year for the LPS community? I don't have one specific year in mind, but 2011 to 2013 was just so much fun and some of my fondest memories from childhood because of the LPS community at the time. LPS Popular was being consistently uploaded at the time. LPS Lover was coming out with Grave Matters and Strange Happenings, and of course had very comforting vlogs. This LPS Nightmare on Elm Street trailer that looked really good and nothing ever came out of it, which is kind of funny to look back on. LPS Skittles, formerly known as Pet Shop Girl 111, was doing her LPS A Daughter's Revenge and LPS Haunted series at the time. LPS Haunted was so fucking good. I loved that series. I was so livid. I was so distraught when they were deleted. Thankfully, it's since been re-uploaded by archive channels, but there are missing episodes, unfortunately. Orphan Killer, that was another series at that time, which was also deleted, unfortunately. The things I would do to get that series back frightens me. Truth or Dare was another really good one. The Zombie Bride, Life of Revenge, Silenced, the JFK assassination. So much iconic LPS media from those years. There's just too many to name. Obviously it was fun after those years, but 2011 to 2013, there was just something in the air those years. Picture this. It's a Friday evening, you're on the computer, and you're probably listening to Tonight Tonight by Hot Shell Ray or Pitbull, playing dress-up games on some random Flash websites, perhaps even the Papa Cooking games, or a social game like Movie Star Planet or Club Penguin. You go onto YouTube and watch the newest episode of your favorite LPS series, and you discover more LPS videos in the sidebar back when YouTube actually recommended you new videos to watch. You watched My Froggy Stuff to learn how to make furniture pieces for your LPS and for that series you want to make. It was just such a good time, and I deeply cherish the memories from those years. Question 6. What kind of collector are you? Main 5s, everything, or do you not collect LPS anymore? I wouldn't say that I'm a completionist as of right now, but once I have all my dreamies, then I might start focusing on completing some molds. Focusing on dreamies one at a time has just been a lot more sustainable financially right now because I also collect dolls, horror stuff, and music, and I have other hobbies and interests as well. I also need to afford to eat and keep a roof over my head. I'm very lucky that I already have many of my dreamies, but there's still a lot that I want to get. But yeah, I don't really collect merchandise though, or anything LPS related outside of the toys. I just collect the LPS figures and accumulate the accessories. Also, here's my wish list for anyone curious on what pets I'm going to be looking for. Question 7. Has your channel changed throughout the years, or has it stayed the same? Well, there hasn't really been much opportunity for change because I haven't had a consistent LPS channel, but it's definitely different to my first attempt at an LPS channel. This channel was originally called Shay and Allie back in 2014 to early 2015. I had 2 mascots, one named Shay, which is my real name, and one named Allie, which was the name of the first cat I had when I was really little. The mascot I have right now was going to be Allie because she resembles the real life cat I owned, and I was going to be this diva, Miss Brooke Hayes, because I grew up as a natural blonde and I have blue eyes, so she was a clear choice. I have black hair now and I've had black hair for 4 years now, so this cat is now my mascot and goes by Gloom. She is still Allie in my heart though, and I do often refer to her as Allie. This time around I plan on having multiple mascots because I can't just have one mascot. I am so indecisive. My plan is to have one main mascot, which is this one, and then have other side mascots that are like the crew that run this channel. During my first attempt at making LPS content, I uploaded a Lord music video which was edited on VideoStar and a Zane Leaving 1D skits, so yeah, ew. Question 8. What's something you have learned during your years in the community? Well, in this community, more so on YouTube, I have learnt some basic video editing skills that I now have a decent knack for, I guess. I have learnt some people in this community can be very unnecessarily judgy and have mean opinions over collections that aren't even theirs. And to those people, guess what? Just because it's an opinion doesn't mean it needs to be voiced. And just because it's an opinion, that doesn't excuse being a bitch. People really like to use the "it's just my opinion" card for saying whatever the fuck they want, and I see that in many collecting communities. Someone else's collection has nothing to do with you. It isn't for you, it's for them. So if you're this type of person, just know that you are not fun, and your opinion doesn't make you better than anyone. Question 9. Have you ever quit or considered quitting? Well, I guess I did quit after my first attempt, but it was barely an attempt anyway, so I don't think there was much to quit. Question 10. Parental advice you would give to your subscribers? Well, I haven't really got any subscribers to give parental advice to, but I will give some anyway. Don't buy that ridiculously overpriced LPS. Collecting is fun, and yes, it can get expensive, but when it gets so expensive that you can't enjoy other parts of your life, that isn't healthy. You could go out and do something fun with that money, have a little adventure, and it would still be less than that $400 main 5 LPS. Collect in a way that is sustainable to you. Don't let your collecting hobbies bring you more struggle than happiness. To me, that isn't being truly happy. That is just chasing small waves of happiness. Put yourself first, not your collection. Collecting isn't just about buying stuff for your collection. It's also appreciating the collection you already have as well. Collecting is fun, but it stops being fun when it takes away the quality of your life. And yes, it's none of my business how someone spends their money. And what is expensive to me could be cheap to somebody else. It really comes down to the individual and their financial situation. But shopping addictions aren't normal regardless of your financial situation. If that is your only source of happiness, then you need to find some help. Don't get into debt because of LPS, Monster High, Bratz, any sort of collectible. FOMO sucks, yes, but you kind of got to balance what's best for you, and I'm always going to encourage better spending habits. Okay, that was a lot of talking. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Tell me what else you want to see on this channel. I plan on doing a more in-depth get to know me type video in the future, and I have been writing a series since October that's going to be really vampy, campy, and kind of fucking lame. It's been taking a bit, but I hope soon I can film a pilot. I am so happy and excited to finally be doing this. Not only is it healing, but it's also relieving that I am doing something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. I'm so happy that this is going to be one of my creative outlets, and I am so fucking ready to have some fun with it. Thank you to all my lovely followers on Instagram and TikTok for the support and making me feel ready to do this. And for anyone that is just finding me, I truly hope you decide to stick around. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day.